Now it likes us. I heard you're feeling summer's flying by. Why don't you let me stop by? The clock is ticking, running out of time, so we should make stuff all night. We've got the tools, we'll follow the rules. I'll show you my new necklace, it's better than jewels. If you wanna make and follow it all, you know that I'm the woman that you should call. Girl, when you're with me, I'll give you a chance, teach you something fun to make today. I know you like to tweet, so you can share your pic. Show them what you're making for Faire today. So make your wish. I'll teach you something fun to make today. Just use your gift. I'll give you something good to make today. Programming Arduinos, Arduinis turned on. He's spinning rainbows till dawn. I got him working, prototyping, take some time. When you're successful, sublime. We're living the life, we're learning it right. The maker movement ain't gonna pass us by. If you wanna make and solder it all, you know that I'm the woman that you should call. Boy, when you're with me, I'll give you a chance, teach you something fun to sew today. I know you want some lights for Halloween night, wearable technology every day. So make, create, pirate costumes better with LEDs. I'm your first mate. I'll give you something good to make today. Maker Faire 2016, it's Sunday. We still have one more day of Maker Faire. And you know my secret? I wish it was Maker Faire every day. It's every weekend. It's time to set up your Maker Faire booth. You gotta be there, meet makers like you. It's time to open up your Maker Faire booth. It's time to sparkle and make your truth. Boy, when you're with me, I'll give you a chance, teach you something fun to make for Faire. I know you want some lights for Halloween night, wearable technology every day. I know you like to make some with your friends, making stuff for Maker Faire every day. I know you want to mill and operate your drill, make it all from Maker Faire every day. So make your dream, making stuff for Maker Faire every day. Just find your team, making stuff for Maker Faire every day. Happy making. All right. So that's my song, y'all. Happy making. There's the awesome link. It was sort of supposed to play, but that's all right. I gave you visual with my sweet shades. And now I'm going to share with you my awesome talk about wearable tech. Again, if this will behave for us. So I am Tenaya Hurst, and I am Arduino woman. I'm education accounts manager with Arduino, and I also have a thing I call rope making. And of course, I have to have two booths. You know, can't have just one booth at Maker Faire. So please check out both today, and we'll still try to get this to react to me. I was only here at 11. You know, I mean, sorry, 10. We'll see. Maybe it'll be nice to me, guys. Let's just go here, and maybe because my video file is too big, it's too much for it. So, there we go. We know that part, Arduino Maker Faire. You can follow me, tweet to it. And we're advancing because I have some awesome photos to show you guys. It's all good. Gotta go rogue when possible. I know my talk, I just want to show you guys my visuals. But let's start, we'll go like this, we'll make it work. I can leave it in that mode if that ends up being better. But so you guys can see my cred, I actually have 3 majors from Indiana University, theater, geology, and anthropology. And somehow all of that led me here. I also was awarded Phi Beta Kappa, and I travel Europe and I teach in Guatemala. So actually my rope making business is just to benefit Guatemala. I teach kids in America, take the profits, what there are, and then I bring electronics to Guatemala when I go there every August. So, and also, oh yeah, I have an Arduino license plate. Yeah, got it, take it. There we go. Oh, and I'd like to dedicate this talk to my dad. I have a lovely family all around, but I want to highlight my dad specifically. I was a maker from a long time ago, and so is my dad, and you can see some of his pictures. He was raised on a farm, and he recently made these models of his old farm buildings. But I'm highlighting him today because I challenge all the parents out there. Are you as good as my dad? He helped me with my math homework every night. I mean every night. Elementary school, middle school, high school. He was there for me. So that M in STEM is dedicated to my dad. And here we go. So pre-maker, haha, because I've always been a maker. I was working at the Tech Museum. I got this job because they wanted me to teach about earthquakes and geology. But then I got to teach about electricity, physics, chemistry, and I love chemistry. Ooh. So while teaching that, you can see we had a cool roller coaster activity in the physics lab. Has anybody been to the Tech Museum and done this cool activity? It's installation pipe tubing. It's really fun. But you can see already at the Tech, they're like, oh, Tenaya, when we come into your classroom, there are roller coasters on the wall and on dropped, power cables and everything. Can you please, like, corral your class a little bit? And I'm like, no, I can't. I let them go rogue. And you can see this cool little switchback. I would give that out as an extra challenge. If kids guessed the word friction, then I gave that team that little switchback and made them adapt it to work with a marble. So much fun. And oh, and then on the right, this is the photo, you guys. This is the photo. This crazy, like, wires and spinning things. In my electricity class, one class, I turned my back for a few seconds, and these boys combined all their battery packs and their motors and their switches, and they made this thing, and it was so permanent and all taped down. And this is after I mentioned we have 10 minutes left in class. But I love that kids do that. They're like, 10 minutes, we can build a whole thing. And they worked as a team. And the lab was more of an individual challenge. So I was so inspired by this. And then the magical day happened, March 16, 2013, when I was asked to come into the Tech, just a regular old Saturday. And they said, Tenaya, you're going to demonstrate this Arduino wearable tech coat. And I said, all right. I know the word tech because I work for the Tech Museum, and I know the word coat, but wearable tech, Arduino, what's an Arduino? And so you can see there's these conductive fabric pads on the lab coat, and I was grounded on my wrist to the coat. So if I shook your hand, you could play the music notes on my coat. And it was amazing, and and Arduino was in the pocket. So later, when I was interviewed for Embedded FM, they called the article, "Is that an Arduino in your pocket?" So I thought that was funny. And this was the day, and I mean, maybe some of you out there have had the same experience with Arduino or another piece of hardware or a 3D printer, but my life actually changed. I was like, what am I doing? I must learn this Arduino thing. So I then later, you can see in the bottom right, Dale Doherty is so kind. He wrote an article about me entering the maker movement, being a maker mentor. So check that out in Make 43. So I get wearable tech now. I got this. We go breadboard, wearing light bulbs, and then you can see what I have manifested. Glorious lights everywhere. So I get this. We got wearable tech. So it's gonna churn for us. There we go. I am fully now a Maker Faire babe. You will find me at all the Maker Fairs possible. R2D2 is my boyfriend. Ladies, gents, whatever, he's mine. And of course, New York Maker Faire, I'll see you there. All the minis, I want to go to as many mini Maker Fairs as possible. So now I'm going to show you guys with my my Arduino office that's in San Jose because I have a meetup group, and some of my meetup group peeps are in the audience. So join it. It's called Bay Area Arduino Workshop. We meet in San Jose and other places, and of course, you can find that on Meetup. So let's get to this talk. I don't show samples at workshops. Tenaya, can you show me what we're making today so I know what's it supposed to look like? Can I just see one so I just... No, I just don't want to. I know that that's like a silly, like, oh, tonight it's really a style of teaching. But I run into this issue with a lot of teachers where they're like, can you just show us, please, so we can help better? And I don't want to impact what will happen. And I'm now going to show you what comes out of that, not showing how to do it. So we go rogue. This is my activity I provide at Maker Faire. I bring out my alligator clips and wearable tech components, and I let kids experiment with electricity. Coin cell batteries. Coin cell batteries. So I'm an actress, as I've established. So this is what my line is. I say, here's your battery holder, your battery, your washable, sewable lily pad LED, and some alligator clips. And ultimately, I clarify we would be using conductive thread to sew this into me permanently. But that's all I say. And you guys are Maker Faire folks, you know, sometimes you're busy at your Maker Faire booth. So I'll say that to a student, and then I have to go help someone else. And they're left feeling like, she didn't show me exactly how to do it, what do I do? Turns out the hardest part of this is pinching the alligator clips. But it comes up with some pretty great results. Check out what these kids have done. None of these are my solutions. I'm a boring adult who's like, 2 alligator clips, circle. But look how special and awesome these kids are. And my favorite is that upper right, you know, look ma, no al clips. So cute. So if I had shown them exactly how to do it, they would all do it one way and then maybe make riffs off of that. But by not showing them at all, look what they came up with. So if I have longer with students, I move on to the design phase. I have a great worksheet, and we get to play connect the dots. So now you guys can see that LED a lot bigger. There's a tiny little rectangle that is the actual light. There's a resistor, and then there are 2 symbols. I don't even say at my booth, oh, there's a plus and a minus. No, I say, are there some symbols on the LED? Keep it vague, keep it rogue. And I make my document using fritzing. So they have lily pad components, and you see you can make like a little arrangement for where your lights are going to be and how you're going to sew it. I recommend erasable pencils too. That's good. So these are the worksheets of 2 students, and you can see 2 students don't complete this workshop the same, or the worksheet the same way. So one student on the right kind of said, I'm going to use as little conductive thread as possible. And then the student on the left was like, each LED, each plus and minus is going to get its own thread. And then of course, once we start sewing, they might realize that's more annoying and takes longer. But all of these solutions will work. That's what's awesome about it. So, there we go. If you guys know fritzing, I use it all the time for Arduino. So you can see on the top, that would be the fritzing document, and then you're able to recreate your Arduino sketch below. So it's a great way for kids to document their own sketches and to have me as a teacher send curriculum. Awesome. So here is some more fritzing to show what it would end up looking like. I use different color wires, even though the conductive thread is all gray, to show that these are all separate wires. Because the first class I ever taught, I had this expert girl sewer, and she sewed all the lights with one conductive thread, and she was all fast and done. And then we realized if we just cut the thread from the top LED and separated them, then all the lights worked. So I learned right away. I was like, oh, we need at least 2 separate threads. Well, sometimes I forget the alligator clips. It's happened. They're my favorite thing, and sometimes I forget them. But guess what? You can go rogue. You can use the thread itself. So on your left, you'll see Aditya's lightning bolt. He prototyped, he designed, he drew, he owl clipped, and then he's like, Tenaya, I'm still new to this sewing thing, so I really want to just lay the thread out. So he helped to show me this was possible. And then you can see a couple other of these, even with the bigger programmable lily pad. Just use the thread. It's awesome. And then when we start sewing, guess what? You do want to keep those owl clips out. So I actually see Elise is in the audience who made this Star Wars backpack, and you can see she owl clipped up. She'd done a bunch of these projects before, but she's like, I want to test it. And the pink pony, that's a famous project because these kids, I'm like, why don't you practice on a scrap of fabric? And they're like, no, I'm going to do the hardest project ever and sew into a stuffed animal. So we have to owl clip to prove we're okay. And then once we've got it, we got, oh, Gosh darn it, I showed you guys samples. Well, this isn't really a workshop, so I guess we'll let it go. But look at the variety that my students come up with without me telling them. We're all gonna make a t-shirt, we're all gonna make a hat, we're all gonna make socks. We all have to do an animal theme. You know, they came up with all of this on their own inspiration. And isn't that what making's really about, is combining what you love and making electronics be what it is. So, I want to give one shout out, of course, to my LED shades peeps. You might have seen me wearing those earlier. And we have Jason in the crowd here. Oh yeah. So I wear these LED shades to all my workshops, and students are so inspired. Look at these hilarious things they make, including the boy who's like, yeah, I'm going to sew my lights into my ski goggles. You know, like the little foam rim. That's awesome. So I don't mean to show these, of course, to be like unattainable to kids. I show them to inspire them. And the Arduino code for this is awesome. I'll show it to you sometime. And it's on GitHub, it's on CodeBender, it's everywhere. So LED shades are cool. Now I want to give a shout out to my rogue boys. They will use all your alligator clips. And you can see by that lily pad right in the top center, if they run out of alligator clips, they'll be like, Tenaya, we need 2 little pieces of thread to actually light one more light. And I'm like, oh, you're all so ridiculous. And of course, sewing lights into your own Minecraft shirt while you're wearing it. So rogue. And lower left, I gotta give a special shout out. I gave a talk at the Microsoft store in New York City for Christmas, and I was showing all my art bots. And while I was giving the talk, this little boy and his sister went rogue with the red cups provided for the meetup and made a circuit around them. I was like in tears at the end. It was so cute. So special shout out to him. And of course, my little aluminum foil robot there. So cute. And my rogue girls. What's up? We know girls love robots now. Even girls make Mr. Crayon. So hilarious. And in the middle top, famous last words. This one girl said, of course, Samantha, she said, Tenaya, do we have any zebra print fabric? And I said, faithfully, no, I guess you'll have to make some. Why did I even say that? But look what she came up with. She's so cute and rogue. And then in the lower center, this is the technique. One of my students found out how to sew into socks. So you put like a thin piece of cardboard or a ruler inside, and then you can sew from the outside. So rogue, love her. But don't forget, there's one last pic to show. Because why don't I show samples at workshops? In this one photo, you can see 3 different art bots. One of them is an upside down cup. The other one is an upside down cup that sort of fell over. That's the whole workshop. And the other cup in the back is an upright cup with the electronics inside and the cork spinning on the edge. That is why I don't show samples. Because the creativity of this vessel of a cup, it doesn't have to all be one way. But just don't forget that I am #1 rogue. And if you don't see me at Maker Faire, you might see me making on the MTA subway. Sometimes you need a hair bow, and MTA is like an hour, so you have time. Sometimes you will see me in my car with my laptop updating the code for my LED shades. You know, it's happened. I'm like going to a birthday party. Happy birthday, Fred. I get there. The guy's name is Ted. Oh, so embarrassing. So I gotta go out to my car, gotta change it. Then you'll see me soldering at JFK. Don't worry about it. They let me. I was in the luggage area. And of course, and then lower left, that is on the Manhattan schist in Central Park. You don't need an outlet. Just take over some schist. You'll have space. And then in the lower right, those are the beardables on my friend from a Louisville hackathon. He was so jealous of my RGB LED shades, he made a beardable to match them. So, super famous, #beardables, you can look it up. So, now I'm gonna share with you guys one more special song, and of course I will rock my RGBs as we do it, because they start off this video. So, are we ready for This Is How We Make? Awesome, let's make it. It's gonna work for us. Yes!
This is how we make. This is how we make.
Waking up, what to make, how can we innovate a better modern city?
This is how we make.
Think IoT, you know me, writing tweets, hope my view is new and witty. coat it right through the night, and just use the Linino. Nothing big is the gig, teach the kids how to learn, fail, and be a maker. At my soldering class, road making in the grass, we're gonna need more than a baker. Lipless is so real, it's got appeal. You've heard my spiel. Lipless is for real. This is how we make, yeah, soldering, melting it, stuff resistors into PCB. This is how we make, melt, 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 melt. This is how we make, this is how we make, yeah, capacitors, resistors, LEDs, we blink it like that. This is how we make, suns to solder. This is how we make. Now this is a shout out to all of my Arduino team in the audience. Yeah, to Rick Arnell, Jordan, and ST. Now my shout out goes to all you makers, prototyping at Maker Monday. But it's Tuesday. Get some sweet makers. And of course, one more shout out to all you kids buying wearable tech with your allowance money. It's electric. This is how we make, yeah, coding it, controlling it. Micro is the internet of T. This is how we make, decode, decoder. This is how we make, this is how we make, yeah, drilling it, milling it, yeah, dad, we're cutting into wood. This is how we make, drill, drill, drill. This is how we make, this is how we make. To all you makers, going to sleep with an idea and waking up with a plan. Exactly. And to all the OG makers like our grandparents, respect. This is how we make. Wait, sound guys, no, bring the heat back. That's right. Keep those soldering irons hot. It's Maker Faire. And guess what, y'all? I'm the new Oprah. Check under your benches. Go for it. You have a gift from me, Tenaya, Arduino woman. Go home and make. And guess what? No instructions. There are none. And if you didn't get one, I have 2 extras, and there are more at my road making booth. And I'm here all day at the Arduino booth. Look for Arduini, my LED wiener dog. He will show you the way. Thank you guys all so much for being here.